Every time I do this little walk, I think of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I seriously thought about renting a Geraldo Rivera mustache for this. No bodies, I hope. Oh, good. Mostly boxes. This is definitely going on the boat. This is one of my prized possessions. How beautiful is this? This is my sextant. I've had this since I was sailing on Xerxes. Set of mirrors here. This is a partial mirror. It's partially reflective. You can see through it, but it also has a reflection. And as you look through this eyepiece, you can see the horizon through this glass, but you can also see the reflection in here. And by adjusting this, you adjust the angle of that reflection, the sun, just to touch the horizon. And you can swing it like this, and that'll make the sun curve and just barely at the bottom of that curve touch the horizon. And whatever that number is your latitude. With that little guy right there and the right tables and a very good clock, you can get your exact position. Found a copy of Wool. This is what my agent sends my foreign editions in. Usually these are priority mail boxes because they're flat rate. The books are heavy. So here we have paperbacks and hardbacks of Czechoslovakia, I think. Also found a couple unopened boxes. Must have been when I was on the road a lot and very busy. So there's a few of these in here. I don't even know what's in them. It might be exciting to send a couple of these out without opening them and find out from whoever gets them, find out what's in there. This looks like an exciting box here. These are the thumb drives that have the entire Wool series on them. So there's the thumb drive. It's got Wool, Shift, and Dust on there. Property of IT, do not remove from level 34. Some of the Apocalypse Triptych anthologies. If you haven't been reading those, the third one's coming out soon, and if you want to find out what happens with Juliet and everybody, you have to read the 3 short stories that are collected across these. Got some mollified books in here. Manuscript pages with my mom's. A lot of times it's not just a critique, it's like, great line. This is part of my sand manuscript that my mom printed out and sent me her notes on. We got the print-on-demand edition of Shift and Dust. Let's try to get into some cool little treasures here. This is an anthology I wrote for that was edited by John Joseph Adams and Dead Man's Hand. It's kind of science fiction Western. This is pretty cool. This was the second version of the Wool Omnibus that I self-published. Oh, I know. You know what this is? This one's signed by George Martin. I was at a science fiction convention, and George was there. And at the time, Wool was number 6, and like his various versions of Game of Thrones were 1 through 5, so he made it out to number 6. Keep trying. That's pretty cool. My little Yoda. And then someone made this Lego set of the silo, and there's flames inside. It's silo number 5. So maybe it's someone different from Holston. And then this is cool. This is the audio edition that of Peace and Amber that Amber and I read. Performed by Hugh, Howey, and Amber Lyda. We'll Walk Up Nameless Ridge, and then a whole palette of, I think that's the UK edition of Sand, the hardback. That's a beautiful book. It's got 2 covers kind of under the dust jacket. There's another cover. This is halfway home from Taiwan, I believe. This is an interesting little time capsule here. These are all contracts for different countries. This is the Random House contract for Wool. That was the first major publisher I signed for in English. This is the Simon & Schuster contract that got a lot of attention because it was the print-only deal. I've talked in a lot of interviews about the decision to self-publish, and I had a contract for my second book. This is the signed contract for Mollified in the Land of Light, and I received this as Mollified in the Parsona Rescue was going to print. So I'm supposed to sign one of these and send it back and keep one for my records. And instead of doing that, I ended up buying the rights to the first book back. I did that a little bit later, but that's the reversion for the Mollified in the Parsona Rescue. Otherwise, I wouldn't own those rights. So that's kind of, in this box is kind of my publication history. Being with a small press, deciding to leave it and self-publish, and then doing a deal with Random House. This, I believe, is the film. Yeah, that's the film deal right there. Huh. First motion picture produced by Fox, based on literary property. That's the film deal, and then Random House, and then Simon & Schuster, and then these are all various foreign editions. So that's kind of my publishing story in a nutshell right there. We have some of the individual copies of Wool. Everyone thinks of these as ebooks, but there's always a paperback edition. You see the pockets here. This is the suit on Wool 3 that was used in Wool 2, and here's the jacket. So we'll put this jacket up as well, make that available. Whoever gets the jacket, we'll send them a copy of this guy to go with it. Ugly Dust. Yeah, there's a bunch of these. Here's Wool 4. Where's the first one? I joked about the high school poetry. There it is, right there. And my Darth Vader. I could let that go now. This is some funny stuff. First, this was my sailboat, and this was mizzen. I think that's probably Scott right there. This is our delivery from Baltimore down to Charleston. This is kind of sad. This is a scrapbook all dedicated to this girl that I was in love with in high school. All books, graphic novels. All right, here's my mountain of books. The next step will be to crack all this open, see what we have. Next post, I'll explain what we have and how we're going to get rid of it all. So, be a lot of signing, a lot of shipping, and hopefully you'll get something you like out of this.